Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. I'm your host Dave, and if you're new to the channel, welcome everybody. Today I'm looking at the Star Wars Titanium series Imperial attack cruiser, released in 2007. This vessel was first seen in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. After the Clone Wars ended, all the Republic vessels became part of the new Imperial Navy. At the end of Episode 3, we see 3 of these Republic attack cruisers with an all-new Imperial color scheme, mirroring the Star Destroyers that are yet to come. When it comes to the size of this particular model, it is just a repaint of the Republic attack cruiser and measures in at 3.5 inches long. So if you've been watching my channel, you know what we're going to get into. We're going to take a look at the mold, the paint, put on a stand, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. Alright, let's kick this video off looking at the mold. Like in all my videos, I will go over all the major sections of the vehicle, and then we'll get a nice close-up look to see those fine details. So first off, let's look at the top of the vessel. This big rectangular section, going all the way down to the tip, is the hangar bay doors protecting a very large flight deck. The whole interior here is just hangars on the sides, which is very nice. I always love that about this ship. On the sides, we have 4 turbo lasers. Looking good. 4 more turbo lasers on this side. We have our superstructure, which looks great. Very detailed. This side is our command bridge. This side over here should be the flight control bridge. Very similar to the Venator, which is the Republic attack cruiser, since it is the same exact vessel. On the aft section, we have our engines, hyperdrive in the center. Looking very nice. On the underneath, of course, we have our peg port for the stand, 2 screws holding it together, copyright crap, and our ventral docking bay, which looks very nice. Pretty good. I love all the details here. Now, on the sides, we have 2 areas, right here and right here, and those should be the docking ports. When this ship would visit a bigger ship or a station, that's where it would dock to. So that's pretty nice. All in all, a pretty awesome looking ship. So now let's get a closer look. Alright, having a closer look, let's begin looking at the bottom of the Star Destroyer here. We can see some beautiful details here. Nothing is flat. If I turn it, you can see there's raised parts, recessed line work. Amazing stuff. I love the titanium line. So many details. But as you can see down here, some fantastic line work. Some unique molding, raised sections on the sides. Very nice. Coming down, we do have our copyright crap, a screw. Coming down, here's our ventral docking bay. You can see the walls in there. Very nicely detailed. Fantastic stuff there. Well done in my opinion. Pretty cool. We have our peg port for our stand, another screw. And just take a moment and look at the detail in here. Very nice stuff. I love the line work, especially back here. Look at all these modules and squares. Fantastic stuff. I think that came out great. We have the sides looking good as well. Great stuff. For the sides of the ship, you can see they did add a lot of detailing coming down here, which I think looks great. Lots of little nooks and crannies in there. Looking awesome. For the front of the ship, we have our seam line. And then more of that beautiful mold. Fantastic stuff. I really think they did a great job with this. Just look at that in there. Very nice. Coming to the aft section, I love the back here. How it sort of angles down. You can see right there on the side. Looking good. And that's the same for this side as well. You can see the angle. Pretty interesting. One of these engines is a little loose. That's an easy fix though. But for the engines themselves, you could see some beautiful details on them. Raised sections, little recesses, pipe work. Magnificent. I think they did a great job for such a large scale ship. There's the underneath. We can see some mold pieces there. but fantastic nonetheless. Now, what's cool is the interiors of the big engines are recessed in and painted. And I do like that. As you can tell, this one is a little loose. Or actually, I should say, loose and warped. But whatever, I'll fix it sooner or later. Fantastic. Now for this centerpiece, apparently this is where the hyperdrive is. You can see some beautiful details on the bottom. Looking good. And then on the top, just fantastic stuff. Now looking at the top of the vessel section, you can see the beautiful detail in here. Again, nothing is flat. Look at all that. Fantastic stuff. I really get a kick out of these titanium ships. See recesses, line work, raised modules coming right down the center for that hangar bay doors. Great stuff. Love the little recesses on the sides. Pretty unique there. For the sides of the vessel, we have our turbo lasers. Looking very good. Sides here, we have a recessed area with some line work, some modules. Very cool. I like this quite a bit. For this side, very similar, not much difference. We have our turbo lasers coming down. Recessed section with line work, raised sections, and the aft looking amazing. Great stuff. For the aft of the ship, after the hyperdrive section, we have our neck, which is very nice. Look at the details on there. Looking good. Turning it, you see more details. Fantastic stuff. Look at all the little modules on there and raised sections. Great. Same for this side. A little heavy with the black wash, but I dig it. What are you going to do, right? For the front, I love the angle here. We have all these beautiful sections molded in. That gap in between the flight bridge and the command bridge. Very blah, but that's how it was in the film. So I dig it, whatever. Now for the bridge, which is on the right-hand side. You see how detailed that is. Very nice. I think that came out pretty damn good. Underneath has a little line work down there with a little handy piece right there. Looking good. For the aft, not much is there. Same goes for the flight control side. And again, we have a little piece that hangs down. Looking good. For the front, nothing's really there, just minor mold work. And then we have the top, which is nicely detailed yet again. Fantastic piece. I really think these came out great. And that's everything I have to say for the mold. Hopefully I covered everything. You know, I'm very happy to have this ship in my collection, and some of you might be saying, you know, it's just a repaint, which is true. But in my neck of the woods, this is, the price range is crazy on these. And I actually got this in a lot from some dude or woman on eBay for $12 with a couple of other titanium ships. So, you know, what a steal. But I'm so glad I got this. It's a beautiful piece. So now, let's take a look at the paint. And now looking at that paint on the Star Wars Titanium series Imperial attack cruiser, this baby features 5 different colors. First up is the main color, which is a nice light gray. Very good. I love the color choice here. The superstructure, the bridges, they're all done very nice. The aft section looking good. Underneath, very cool. The next color we have is dark gray for the center section. The aft and the engines looking pretty good. And the other side. Moving on from there, speaking of those engines, in the interiors we do have blue for the engine glow. That's a nice touch. And speaking of little colors like that, the next one we have is yellow for the interior of the ventral docking bay. So that's pretty nice. They added a little bit of color onto here. And finally, the last color is black wash, which you can see filled in every single nook and cranny on here. Sometimes it's a little heavy, But on the whole, I think they did an amazing job to showcase all the details on here. Very cool. And as you can see, it just filled in all those little cracks everywhere on the model. And in my opinion, brings it to life. So that's everything I have to say about the mold and the paint. So now let's put this baby on a stand, compare it to some other vessels, and then we'll be done. And just like other Titanium series vessels, it comes with a cool stand, peg it in a port like so, and just like that, everybody, you are good to go. And now for a quick size comparison with the Star Wars Titanium series Imperial attack cruiser seen in the center. On the left hand side, we had the Republic attack cruiser, the Venator. A very nice ship. As you can tell, they are identical, just with different paint schemes. Both very nice. And then on the right hand side, we have the Invisible Hand, another Clone Wars era vessel, and one of my favorites. All in all, these are some great looking vessels. And for an added bonus size comparison with the Titanium Imperial attack cruiser, on the right hand side we have the Hot Wheels Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter, which looks kinda cool. And then on the left hand side we have one of the holy grails of the Titanium collection, the Rogue Shadow from the video game Star Wars The Force Unleashed. As always, if you're interested in seeing reviews of any of the ships I showed today, check the links in the description below. And that does it today for my review of the Star Wars Titanium series Imperial attack cruiser released in 2007. 2007. That's the year I graduated. Damn, time's flying. Anywho though, many people look at different toy lines and consider paint variants to be cheap ways to make a buck, which technically, I'm not gonna lie, I agree with you for the most part. However, when it comes to Star Wars vehicles, repaints I think are acceptable because, as we've seen in the Clone Wars and even the original Skywalker films, there have been many different variants or paint schemes for ships we know and love. For example, you have different types of call signs for the X-Wings, different paint schemes for the original TIE Fighters, you have the whitish ones and the blue ones, and this is no different. In the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, we had the climactic major battle over Coruscant, and we had maroon and gray versions of the Venator, which were Republic vessels. When the Republic turned into the Empire, it was repainted this whitish gray, and it was in the film, therefore it's canon, it's real. So to have a paint variant of just a different type of vessel we see in a film, I'm fully a fan of that. Haven't got that off my chest. This is a fantastic ship. It makes me want to go get the Republic version and review that again, since that was one of my older videos, because these ships are beautiful. I really love them, and I know I'm a minority, but I don't care. I think they're sick. Now for the mold, it is very nice. Beautiful line work, modules, raised sections. This thing is a beast. I especially love the engine section and the bridges. Great stuff. For the paint, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Yes, it's a repaint of the Republic attack cruiser, but I dig it. We saw it in the film and it works. I really enjoyed a black wash on here. Sure, it's a little heavy at times, but this worked perfectly because the black wash went into every nook and cranny and really made the detail shine here. Moving on, it also does come with a great stand, help it blend in with the rest of the collection, which I'm always a huge fan of. So that's everything I have to say about this Imperial craft today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button, and if you want to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to enjoy my content. I hope you really liked it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye everybody, stay safe.